What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Jag here from Jaguar Tactical. Today we are disassembling a Glock 23. What does that mean? We're going to break it all the way down, take off every single part. Going to have a strip frame and a strip upper. And this does also go for the Glock 19, any mid-size Glock that has a 3-pin system. 1 pin here, 1 pin here, 1 pin there. All right. First off, when you start, you want to make sure that all firearms are clear. There's no mag. There's no mag in the mag well, and there's no extra bullet in the chamber. All right. Once you get there, let's start. All right. So you want to close the firearm back. Press the trigger. Nothing will eject because nothing's in there. All right. From here, the easiest way that I know how to do it. Put your slide back a little bit right here. Get your drop down. Bam. Come straight off. All right. From here, you can start with the upper, or you can start with the lower receiver. The easiest part, like I show you, is the upper. Let's get to it. Just gonna sit this off to the side. All right. First thing you want to do, pop out your recoil spring. Just literally just push it down. Pull it out, just like that. All right, second thing you want to do, let's go ahead and pop your barrel out. Take 2 fingers, pull here, or if you flip it over, it falls out as well. Just have to push it forward a little bit. Bam, pops right out. All right, set that off to the side. Yes, she's a little dirty, I know. I shot it the other day, haven't cleaned it. I'll clean it after this. All right, next thing you want to do is get you a punch. You want to grab this little piece right here. You push that down. It takes the pressure off of your back plate. You can use your other thumb or however you see feasible. Pull your back plate down ever so slowly. Keep your finger on top because this little white spring right here likes to jump out. You want to be very careful. All right, now that your back plate is off, you can put the pressure that you have on the pin right here. Set that off to the side. Pull your back plate down. Keep your finger over it still because this pops out. This is what you were holding down when you were holding this piece right here. That's what you were holding down. Set that over here. Just have your punch close. Now you want to push this out. This is your firing pin. Whole piece. Well, the actual firing pin is this piece here. Then you got your spring. Then you have these 2 little clamps right here. Then you have, I forgot what this is called, but that's your firing spring assembly. All right, your next step, you want to pull this spring out. Pull this one out. Set that off to the side. That is your spring for your extractor. All right, now when you take this extractor out, you want to put pressure on this plunger right here because if not, this shoots out. I've done it like 6 times. As soon as you put you can literally just push it with your finger. Once you put that pressure on it, it literally dumps out. This is what your extractor / indicator looks like. All right. Now, your plunger is down in there. You lift it up, it comes out. Now, careful with taking this out. Best way is to let it fall in your hand because this little spring right here is what pops out. And yes, they are 2 separate things, so be mindful. Set that one out to the side. Now, your slide is stripped. I'm not going to take my sights off because it's not fun getting those back together without the correct tools, all right? Now, we're going to move on to the lower. All right, we're back. So, I wasn't going to take my light off, but I'm going to take it off just so you can get the full picture. Just set this off to the side. Now, the first pin that you will want to take off is the pin that is holding in your trigger housing. This one's the easiest pin to get out. Literally just pop it through. Bam. See? Easiest one. You can take it out with your finger. All right? So that's one pin. The second pin that you want to take out that is easy to take out is the one that is holding in this little rail right here, which is this pin. Pop that one out easy too. Bam. See that? Pin number 2. Okay. The final pin before all of this stuff comes out is this pin right here. Now, this is your trigger pin, the pin that holds your trigger in your slide takedown or your slide release. That's the one that holds that in there. Now, with this pin right here, you always want to disassemble from left to right. When you assemble it, you go from right to left. The reason that being is this little spring right here. That spring right there. That is what pops this up and down. It gives it its tension. Now, to get this pin out, I'm going to have to use a mallet. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I got the pin out. Once that pin gets even that far, this is coming off. So, be careful when you drop that pin out because this will come out. So, we can set that off to the side. And then from here, you can pull your pin out. Bam. Once that pin comes out, you have to pop off this reel, which it comes out easy. Hold on. All right, there it is. It's out. You sit that down. All right. Now, once that rail is out, your trigger housing and your trigger comes all out in one piece. All out in one piece. All right. So sit that down. Now, your pistol is really stripped. The lower is actually stripped as is right now. Oh, and the beaver tail also comes off. So set that off to the side. And once all your pins are out, it's really stripped. But to strip it all the way, you can take out your slide takedown. There's a spring right here you have to put pressure on. Be careful to not let it pop out. And you literally just dump. You can either dump it out or take it out. Now, once this is out, make sure that you release this slowly or this spring is going to fly. And you can just take your punch, push it out like that. Boom, it's out. And this is your slide takedown. Right here. Mine is worn out because I've had this firearm for about 6 years. So yes, I use it. All right. Now, with your mag release, there is a spring in here as well, right here. To get that out, you literally you gotta put your finger over here to hold it so it doesn't pop out. Push it to the right and kind of get behind it, and it pops out. It's tough to get out. There it is. Bam. All right. Now, you will need a pair of needle nose pliers back. All right. With your needle noses, just go in there. Squeeze it. Pull up a little bit. Bam. It's out. And then, sorry, I'm out of breath. But your mag release pops out. And now everything is stripped all the way down. Bare bones. All right. All right. Now for putting everything back together, you want to start with the last thing you took out. It'll be the first thing you put in. So let's start with our mag release. Your mag release, if you have a Gen 4, it's going to go from right to left because you have this bigger space over here, which is the same. It can actually go both ways. So if I was a lefty, you know, it'll go in the same way. It'll go either way. But I'm a righty, so you gotta make sure you actually put the release spot, which has a little texture on it. You see that? Yeah, it has a little texture on it. So I'm gonna go from right to left. Bam, sits right in there, just like that. Now, with the same pin that you took out with your needle nose, you wanna grab it, and it sits right in that little pocket down there. See that right there? Get this straight. All right, now you grab and just take your bottom, put it right down in there. Actually, let's go in like this. Gonna have to turn it a certain way just to get to it. I missed. There it is. Whoop. Just give it a little pressure, make sure it's seated in there, all the way to the bottom. All right. Now with your pin or your punch, excuse me, just push it over to the right. Bam. Now it's in there. Always do a function check. If you have a mag, throw it in there. This mag's loaded, yeah. It clicks, drops out. All right, so that's seated. It's great, perfect, it's working. Okay, next step. You want to put your takedown right here. I'm gonna put this back in here. Spring goes first. Always remember. Now, this is your spring for your takedown pin. It's gonna sit with this part down. This part goes in this little notch right in there. See that notch up at the top? It sits right in there. You see that? Boom. Right there, just like that. Push it down. Bam. Perfect. Working. Okay, now with the actual takedown bar. I was gonna make sure this bar is facing forward. There's a little groove on it. Make sure that groove is facing toward the front of the firearm, which means your groove is gonna be forward, just like that. All right. Now, when putting this in, you wanna again take your punch, apply pressure to the middle. It's gonna take this down. You see that? Just push it down. 1 second. Gotta hit that right spot. There you go. It's down. Slide it in. Bam. Clicks right in. Just do that. It's in there. Okay? Yep. Should have told you this earlier, but all 3 of these pins have different textures and grooves on them, okay? This is your trigger housing pin. It's the straightest out of all of them. No grooves. The one with the 2 grooves on the outside goes for your rail right here. And the one with the 2 grooves on it goes for your trigger and your slide release bar, okay? All right, now, your trigger housing, that's your next step. So, you wanna take your trigger, like so, and the trigger housing. This is your trigger bar, trigger housing. You wanna go ahead and get your trigger in. Oh, I'm sorry, there you go. Drop your trigger in, trigger housing, bam, all that clicks in. All right, now you want to take your smooth. Remember, you have the different type of pins. You're gonna take your smooth pin, and if you do, put your beaver toe on. Go ahead and put your beaver toe on first. Just squeeze it, you know, like you would when you're firing. Go ahead and stick that in, so it keeps your trigger and your trigger housing from moving around it while you're putting out everything else in. Just goes in just like that. Make sure it's even on both sides. Okay. It's a game of inches, boys. Game of inches. That was for the boys, ladies. All right. Now your next step is you want to put your rails in. Your back rail. Bam. Pops right in. Now, you want to go ahead and take the pin with the 2 grooves on the outside. You want to go ahead and put that through the top hole. Slides right in. Let me show you why I did that. Make sure that's in there. Nice and snug. Even on both sides as well. All right. Now, the reason why I did that is when you're putting your slide takedown, fumbling today, when you get your slide takedown, You want to put that in there, because if you don't, your spring is going to be moving around. Why are you being difficult right now? There we go. All right. Your spring won't seat right. Now you can see clearly through there. If I didn't put that in, the spring would be showing and it'd be hard to put your pin in. Now, when you're putting your 2-groove pin in, you need to go from right to left, because if you go from left to right, this notch is going to catch that spring twice and it's going to be hard to get it through. You always want to just let that notch hit the spring once. So go from right to left, push it in once. Now, have to make sure everything lines up and it just literally falls into place. So all your pins are in. It's pretty much, you're done at this point. You're done with your lower at this point. Everything is in. So that's done. And we're going to function check everything once we're done. So let's move to your slide. All right. You're going with your slide. You want to put your plunger in first. So the plunger goes right there, right in the little hole. Bam. Now remember, you have to apply pressure to it so you can get your extractor in there. Extractor goes in with the circle piece to the back. Bam, it's in there. Just that easy. Just that easy. All right, next step. You want to take your spring for your extractor. You can stick it back in there. Just let that sit there. Now you want to take your firing pin and go ahead and slide that in next as well. And that's just going to sit right there. Now, once that's in there, you can go ahead and take your back plate. Go ahead and get it prepped and ready. Take your punch, push the black ring down. Be easier with the bigger side. Bam. Now that's going to sit there and hold that pressure. Then just pushing your white one, that's going to hold that one down. Clicks in place. Clicks right in place. Now, after that, go ahead and grab your barrel, feed it in. Hold on. Clicks right into place. And you go ahead and put your recoil spring in. Push it all the way down to the bottom. I know you see there's like 2 indents. Go all the way down to the little loop right there. All the way down. Ladies and gentlemen, everything's back together. Go ahead and feed your rails through. Just put your slide on. As long as it goes smooth all the way back. That's together. And always do a safety check. She clicks. Uh-oh. We have an issue. I know exactly what it is. Yep, I knew it. That right there, you see that? A spring went in sideways. I'm glad that happened on this video. So what you want to do, just get that spring out. Let's see. There we go. Now, you see how straight up? Oh, that's not coming out. Okay, it came out the side. Okay. When your spring goes in incorrectly, it will not function correctly. As you saw, it was sticking and not performing right. So what you want to do is, to get past that, I'm going to put this in upside down. Now you see how it's still straight? Bam, there we go. Now you see how I actually seated all the way up? It wasn't doing that before. If you pay attention, you can also rewind it to see that my recoil spring or my plunger wasn't going all the way up. So now you can assemble everything. Go ahead and put your ejector back in, your firing pin, the spring for your ejector. That's all in. Go ahead and put your base plate back on. Pop down the black piece, pop down the white piece. Bam. That's in there. Drop your barrel back in. Drop your recoil spring back in. Get your lower. Put your slide back on your lower. Bam. See how that went back? Perfect. So you guys got a bit of bonus footage with the malfunction. You see how to fix it. Hey, like I said, it's Big Jag from Jaguar Tactical. You guys are here. I'm glad you loved it. Hope you loved it. Hit the follow button, hit the like button, comment if I missed something, comment if I was going too fast, comment if your dog's toes are pink. I don't care. Just like, comment, and subscribe. And I got more videos coming for you. All right, y'all have a good one. Peace.